Arriving home, I was a nervous wreck, all twitchy hands and shaky fingers. For the fourth time this week, I was out past curfew, looking for an escape out of the dome. I remember when the power went off in my house. Mom was gone and Dad never came home. Opening the cracked door to our apartment, I stood and glanced at the dirty window in the front room, and for once it was entirely wiped clean. Knowing I wasn't supposed to have this hour, I hid behind the massive wardrobe in our front room. As I neared the wardrobe, I heard it. Softly at first, like an animal sniffing for any trace of food. Looking around the wardrobe, I saw it. Growling, it was angry and hurt. Whatever had injured it lay dead at its massive feet. I took in a sharp breath of air. It reared its ugly head and ran towards me. I cowered against the wardrobe. Looking at it, I could feel myself sinking, becoming weaker, until the only thing I could do was raise my hands. The shadow that I had seen turned into a muscular black beast with maroon sockets instead of eyes. It charged at me, and all I could do was meet it with raised palms. As I raised my palms in defense, there suddenly was a noise, and the beast was stunned. I did not wait long before leaving my house to escape into the frigid air. Running down the street, I thought about how dangerous it is at night since they started releasing poisonous gas, the only thing to kill the virus that had slaughtered our entire race. The virus had started with a cold that spread rapidly throughout the schools and public places. Soon after the first wave, schools closed. The government had placed a huge glass dome over the affected areas and mandated a curfew of 6 p.m. for all outdoor activity. Spreading out of the curfew was a new police force, dubbed the Enforcers by the outside world. The ranks were made out of government experiments that had failed, and their duty was to keep everybody inside. Suddenly, while running, I snapped back to reality. I noticed all the streetlights were off. Every house was blank. I ran until I reached the edge of our town at the beginning of the glass dome. I stopped. There was a pair of bright eyes looking back at me from the dark brush that concealed the wall. I felt myself sinking the longer I looked. I couldn't move. Those yellow eyes were hypnotizing me. Rooted to my spot, I realized that I was going to die. I was the last one left. I felt the cold earth hit my knees as my legs were swallowed and cemented in the dirt. It was a liquid-like reflection in the beast's eyes. It knew I was the last of the fodder. I flinched as the earth rose to my chest. Its cold and grainy dirt started to fill my lungs, emptying them of air. It was the last feeling I would ever have. Slowly I was entombed in the frozen dirt of February, forever trapped, looking into those hypnotic eyes.